A theater student trying to fix a problem accidentally started a fire that caused Haltom High School to be evacuated. It happened this afternoon while the students were rehearsing. Fox 4's Brandon Todd joining us now from the school to explain what happened. Hi, Brandon.
Yeah, hey there, Heather. More smoke damage really than anything. Not a whole lot of fire damage. And despite the firefighters showing up, the evacuation, and even a teacher being sent to the hospital, things already here at the school seem to be back on track. When the Haltom Buffaloes took the court to warm up for their game, there was no smell of smoke and no hint that just hours earlier the school was evacuated because of a fire.
All of a sudden the alarms went off and I was a little confused because it was like after school, so I really didn't think it was real.
The student says she and other kids realized this was no drill when they saw the smoke.
Well, they told everybody to go across the street and to call your parents.
The initial call around 3 o'clock was that 2 students were trapped on a stairwell in the theater at Haltom High School. When firefighters got there was no one trapped and the fire was out. Haltom City's fire marshal says students were working with some theater netting in the stairwell that leads to the catwalk above the theater. There was some rope around the netting and a knot in one of the ropes. Apparently one student thought he could loosen the knot if he took a lighter and held the flame to the knot. The netting quickly caught fire.
It's something that, mistakes happen, so we're going to try to sit down and try to learn from the mistakes and try not to happen again, because you don't want things like this happening, especially at a high school. You don't want it to happen anywhere, but especially in a school situation where you got lots of people here.
One student was treated at the school. One teacher was transported to a hospital as a precaution with injuries that are not serious. Parents like Chris Shedd heard about the fire and rushed to the school to check on his child.
I just wanted to make sure that he was fine, and once he answered his phone, I knew he was good. I was happy, and now we're ready for basketball.
What's unclear from investigators and the district is what level of supervision the kids had when the lighter was used. But within the district's student code of conduct, a cigarette lighter is something students are not allowed to have on campus.
We'll try to come out of this, both as the fire department and as the school, a little bit more educated on how the situation happened, how we can keep it from happening again.
Fire investigators say they'll be meeting with school district personnel tomorrow to try and answer some of those questions. And the district is also going to borrow, or at least the fire department is going to borrow, a big fan from the Fort Worth Fire Department to try and blow out a lot of that smoke from the auditorium. And as you can already imagine, if they had a game tonight, I'm told by district officials that they will certainly have classes as scheduled tomorrow. Heather?
Class will go on, and like they said, they hope to learn something, from this, education for everybody. But meantime, is there going to be some sort of punishment since you're not supposed to have a lighter on campus?
Right, the punishment, I guess, will be determined later, and they'll that really wasn't even disclosed today. So I guess there's an assumption I made that, at least on the investigator's part, that there would be some sort of punishment for that student. But again, he's hoping that he can kind of use this to go back into the school and educate a lot of these students on some of the fire dangers, and district will take this opportunity to also educate them on the student code of conduct.
Yeah, like the buzzwords, Brandon. It's a teaching moment. Everybody just gets to learn from this. All right. Thanks, Brandon.